Hey, everybody, welcome back to another session of The Hands
Of.
Death. We are playing here on this Monday afternoon. Hope everybody had a great day at work. If you're still at work, enjoy the VOD. If you're watching this on YouTube, thank you. For some reason, our recent sessions have been skyrocketing in views lately. I don't know what's going on, so thanks to
Oh.
whoever's ever doing that. Keep checking it out. Um, yeah. Anybody want to give me a recap of what happened last time? It was a lot.
So many things happen. Who wants to do it? I did it last time. Does anyone want to?
I took the worst notes and I can't.
You leave it to me, who
It's your turn.
I know I usually take okay notes, but then I just kind of didn't take any last time. All
Okay,
right.
we'll do it.
Right? Yeah, same.
It's wild to me that all of you take notes, by the way. I just want to reiterate how crazy that is to me because it's so
I
rare.
have the memory of a fruit fly.
All right, well, fair enough. Fair enough.
Also, we're the best. Okay, fine. I will do it because I actually have notes. Here we go. You ready? All right. So we started the session in the panic state of our friend just died, and we were like, we got to get out of here. And Anna was like, "Hey, let's go to the Hands of Death headquarters," and she just kind of like shepherded us all the way over there. And we had like a really intense moment where Lily was like, she's panicking because her friend died, and my character Florence is panicking because my maybe only friend died also. And Lily was like, Felicity, I need you to get it together. And Felicity was like panicking. So Lily just like intimidating Felicity to such an extent that Felicity started seeing scary monsters in a hallucination state on the ceiling. And that's going to be a theme of the episode. So then after that, Felicity was like, yeah, I'll do whatever you want because you're terrifying. And we had like a moment in a meditation hall where it was super zen, but then Felicity was like, I think I hear ghosts in the walls. And Lily was like, what? And then after that we were like, we should we should probably get out of here and go do things because time is ticking and the city is in uproar. And somehow Ophelia is still alive, even though we thought she died, but she's still around. And so after like begging for her freedom, Felicity's like, how would I make us all disguises? And so she does that, and it's great. And we have like a moment where she's like connecting with our new characters, and it's just like so nice and cute. And then we were like, you know what, we should go outside. So we go outside, and Meredith is there, and Meredith is marching his little parade of scary monsters animals down the street, and he's got his mace and he's got a bear. And Lily's like, I'm gonna follow him. And so Felicity just gets dragged along like Death Note style with the chain in the hands. And Felicity's like, I guess I'm going with you now. So Florence is like, I gotta go to the library because that's what she always wants to do. So she goes there. Meanwhile, Felicity and Lily follow Meredith, and Meredith knocks out like 6 people. And by knocks out, I mean just straight up murders them in front of a crowd to try and like intimidate the crowd into obeying them and finding Lily, and calls us like the hands. There were like rebels, there were rogues, and he's like, there's only 2 Verdanthi left. And so that kind of implies that Joel might be dead. I don't know. And then he's like talks about tithe and then kills the 6 people. And like there's a change in public opinion at this point, and it's kind of exciting. And then let's see. I have a weird note here, and I don't know what that means, so I'm not going to read it.
Wait, hold on. I gotta know. Unless it's like something you don't want to read, I want to know what it is.
It says straw fishing hat? Question mark.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, I know what that is. Anyway,
I don't know what that is. I forgot. So, um,
And
then
then
I wrote
Stevie
down.
started online shopping for her upcoming trip to the lake.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
definitely. I got a straw fishing hat. So, and then I wrote down mole man, and I think that's the clerk
okay.
that I found in the library. So we've switched tracks, and we're back with Florence, and she's like, there's this like clerk there, and he's like, hey professor, and she's like, I'm not a professor, and he's like, okay professor, and she's like, where's the philosophy section? And we have like a whole discussion about that. And then she just goes on her merry way, and she starts researching things for a couple of hours, and we learn lots of things about Ophelia's doubles. We learn about how the right of resilience and repurpose can be used to manufacture new bodies, and that Ophelia can like make new bodies, and it's heavily implied and inferred, and I'm pretty sure that this clerk is one of these new bodies. That's super creepy. And we learned that Enoch was like super at this, and that these clones are not like a Horcrux, but they are like pieces of her spirit. And there's probably not more than 6 of them. One is already gone because Esther took care of that for us. Thank you, Esther. She's using trees to make these bodies. That's exciting. Only Florence knows all this information right now because as Lily and Felicity came back to the library, we were like, we should get out of here. And something dripped on Felicity, and it was this weird gray goo. And we all looked at the ceiling, and there was bodies on the ceiling, but they were like knocked out bodies. And we're deciding whether or not we want to run away or rescue them. Welcome.
Wow.
Excellent. Well done.
Well, great job.
Things are getting crazy in the city of Chandla. All right, we'll come back in right there at that moment. You're all inside the halls of the Chandler U Library. There are high bookshelves stacked all around you, stairs that go up on either side, plush red velvet carpets mark the floors in here, and it has high arched curved ceilings, which at the moment are decorated with a number of unfortunate souls who have been stuck up there by some mysterious gray sludge. The nature of which and the origin of which none of you have any idea about, at least not until you have a chance to study it further. It appears that each of the unfortunate denizens of the library, its various clerks and attendants, are not killed, but merely knocked out and stuck to the top of the library, but that remains to be seen until you can get up and take a closer look at them. It's certainly a precarious position. There are high stained glass windows in here that depict the different stages of the Verdance Ascension, back during the first creation of the world. I should not have had a Topo Chico before this stream. Back during the creation of the world. And you can see pretty afternoon light filtering through these, playing a multitude of colors across the floor and the bookcases and yourselves as you all look up at this scene on the ceiling and wonder what to do next. The clerk that Florence saw before she headed down into the archives, the sealed archive section to do more research itself, is nowhere to be found at the moment. The door, however, is open. You could leave if you wanted to. What do you do?
I would like to look up towards, I suppose, the crown molding or on the ceiling. And is there any light fixture or sculpture, any sort of shape that is protruding out from the walls or ceilings that I could potentially utilize?
Kind of difficult. There is a massive chandelier that kind of acts as like a light source for the main room that hangs in the center of the library room, but that's about maybe 15 to 20 feet away. Or excuse me, that's way too far. About 7 to 8 feet away from the bodies that are glued to the ceiling.
So the bodies only cover part of the ceiling?
Yeah, near the entrance, in fact. There's like 6 or 7 people up there.
Can I ask an obvious question? Is there a second story with stairs we could go up?
So there is a second story, but it's like imagine the library like it has one singular floor, and then there's a second stairway that goes up to like an upper balcony section. So it's not like a whole other floor. So it's not like, you know, that. It's like an upper balcony section, and then the ceiling of the library itself is viewable from either place. To continue to answer your question, Lily, there are also these like, there's wooden pillars at every vertice of the library to like act as supports around the outside perimeter and, you know, the interior. And there are these wooden shelves that stick out from those supports and have like filigreed flowers carved into them to give sort of a sense of decoration to the place. Those could be used for handholds, but they're quite far up. So you would need like a massive boost or like rope and grappling hook or something to like hook your way up there and scrawl to the top.
I have a rope and a bow, so I would like to utilize that to get up top. If I was to climb the stairs to the second balcony, could I shoot from there and like grapple a pillar?
Yeah,
Or...
I think that's possible. It would certainly be precarious, but possible. And Felicity, of course, would have to come along with you. But you can do that. Go ahead and make a shoot roll. Actually, this shouldn't be too difficult. You can take your time. So if you want to do that, do you want to do that? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, but doesn't Felicity have like 15 feet of space?
Yeah, I'm just saying as you start to climb, she'll have to come with you.
How tall are the ceilings?
Like maybe 20 feet. little higher.
Okay,
They're
okay.
really high.
Fair.
They're high and they like curve at the top.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're back.
Okay, no, hold on. Hold on. Before anyone starts doing anything, which I admire, theoretically, even if we can help these people who are maybe alive, how are they gonna get down safely?
I mean, clearly it's dark magic that has them up there, and it's best we just go into this one step at a time. I mean, whoever put them up probably doesn't care too much about how they get down, but most of them should survive the fall if that's what it came to.
Actually, that's not the case. They're about 20 feet up in the air, at like 20, 23 feet up in the air. If they didn't land right, or if they were suddenly detached while they're passed out, that could be disastrous.
Okay.
Listen, I'm down to go up there and I don't know, maybe you can touch that stuff, but we have to be careful about, if we're trying to get people down, we have to be careful about it.
Oh, we'll be careful. Yeah, I just hold on. I just need a closer look. I mean, they're people. They're alive. We have to do something.
Okay.
You don't hear anything from any of them, right?
I don't know. Do I, GM?
Nope.
No.
Okay. All right. Hold on. I grab my crossbow and I'd like to think I would have a grapple, right? Like a hook.
Yeah, I
Or
think we've
do I need to
established.
make sure?
I think
Okay.
we've established before that you have that. Like you used it at Joel's house, and you know.
Yeah.
I think you actually used it last session to get up on the roof. I could be wrong, but anyway, yeah. You can take your time. It's not difficult to shoot that up there and like hook it around one of the wooden shelves that juts out. So you could do that and then crawl your way up there. So
Yeah.
we can just say you're there. Felicity, the difficulty here is you're gonna have to be like either holding on to the rope and like clinging in there for dear life, or actually that's the only thing you could do if you were gonna go up there. I think. Unless you like got up to the shelf and like hung off the edge of it, because it's not large enough for one person, or for two people. I mean.
Okay, I guess I'd rather hang off the edge of the shelf. Can I, like, stand on the shelving? Like,
Oh, actually, yes, you could. The tether would allow you enough space to do that. Yeah, you could stand on
Okay.
top of one of the bookshelves.
okay, I'm just gonna climb up one of the bookshelves.
Sick.
The heaviest looking one.
Okay. You're on top of a bookshelf. Lily, you're on top of one of these wooden shelves. The nearest person is like a couple feet away from you, stuck to the ceiling. Now that you're closer to them, you can look up and you can see that they are faintly breathing, but they are adhered to the ceiling by this odd grayish sludge that covers the majority of their torso. Now that you're closer to it, you can tell that it has sort of a it's a very like thick, viscous consistency. It has like white and gray patterns running through it. Sort of like when you have like Quicksilver or something to that effect. I'm trying to think. There's a specific thing in my mind, like silver putty. If you've ever seen that, it looks like that, just running through it. And it seems to be very adhesive if it can stick this person up here.
Am I able to reach out and collect a sample?
Yeah, that's easy enough. You can reach out and like scrape off a bit.
Okay, I've grabbed a vial out of my my satchel
Okay.
and I scrape a little off into a vial. Am I able to pick up on any energy or anything while I'm closer to these people?
There's nothing spiritual or ghostly going on here. Something physical has applied this sludge to them.
What does
And-
it smell like?
Turpentine.
Oh. Okay. All right.
Yes,
Totally flammable.
Like mercury. Thank you, Will. Yes.
Florence, anything you want me to do while I'm up here before I come down?
Can you try tugging on the body to see if it will budge?
Okay. I like grab the wrist of the nearest body and see what happens.
You give it a little tug. You see the person's head like kind of turn to the side a bit. They're like, and Florence, as you're looking down from all the way down below, you can see it's very obvious to you now, like looking at them closer, that this is one of the clerks who usually attends the library. It's usually the guy who would be at the front desk. I think Mikhail is his name. You can't quite remember, but anyway. Lily, you grab the wrist, and you pull it a bit, and there is a sort of sickening squelching sound as you see part of the sludge detaches from the roof, and his arm hangs a bit limper than it did previously, but the rest of him is still there. So you feel like it's easy to pull away and detach at this point.
Excuse me. Can you hear me? Hello?
If you're trying to wake them up, you can like slap the wrist a couple of times. There's a few moments that go by, and then his eyes flutter open, and he goes,
Right. I know. It's okay. It's okay. Well,
What
I
happened?
don't know how you got up here. Do you remember where you were before this?
I was putting books away. Putting away books. Something hit me on the back of the head. I don't know.
Okay, do you remember anything odd that may have happened during the day or
What?
anyone
Please
out of
get
the
me down.
ordinary you
Please get me down, please.
I'm trying. Hey, Florence,
Yeah?
is there a cushion you could put down? I might try and loosen up this man.
Oh no. Please get a rope or something, please.
Okay, yes, I do have extra rope. Okay. I take the
life and death.
extra rope. Actually, I mean, I'm secure, so I'd like to think I have a little extra hanging off
Mm-hmm.
of the other end. So I'm thinking if I can like tie it around like under his arms. I could maybe like brace his fall slightly.
So you're gonna try to like loop the rope under his arms and then detach.
Tug him away, he'll fall, and then my body weight will be used as like a counterweight, and then he can hang and then drop down from lower.
Okay. That will take a bit of time to set up. It does seem possible, but you're going to have to maintain the hold on the ropes. That's the tricky part. So this seems like a physique roll to me because it'd be strength based. Do Felicity and Florence want to do anything?
I want to keep my eyes out. I'm like looking for the clerk that was here. I'm like just looking around.
Sure.
I feel like Lily has got this handled.
Sure
I
thing.
mean, I kind of want to do something, but I don't think I actually can.
What do you?
The tether.
What do you want to do?
Well, no. Now hold on. It seems to me that maybe instead of gently getting him down, maybe we could try to make the floor closer. If that makes sense.
Make the floor you mean like move some furniture? Or
Maybe we could. Are these book? Hey, Florence, are these bookshelves secure? Like,
Oh, yeah.
could we tip them?
Oh, no, they're secure. They're not going anywhere.
No. Look.
If I swing him across, could you catch him, Felicity? If I drop him down and swing him over to you, maybe you can catch him on top where you are.
Are we gonna do that for every one of them?
I don't think I can reach the others.
Yeah, doing it for everyone might be kind of difficult. Please, just get me down. I could go. I can talk to the city officials. I can talk to the Verdant Church. They can get a ladder or something. I know that there's facilities that the university has.
Oh yeah. Hey Florence, are there any ladders?
Oh, this ladder. It's a library. Of course, there's ladders.
Right. I mean, who cleans the chandelier?
No, I mean like leaning against the bookshelves to climb up to the books.
Yep.
Right.
There are a number of those ladders, but yeah, that's actually a good question about the chandelier. The bookshelf ladders go up to like the top of the bookshelves, so like they're not quite high enough for the ceiling per se, but uh, there's got to be a utility ladder somewhere.
All right, Lawrence is gonna, I guess, go get a utility ladder. This is so funny. I like how we're now like rescuing this poor dude off the ceiling. Where clearly this is a trap, but it's fine. Let's keep going.
He like watches you leave, eyes wide. Um, it takes like you know your way around the university, Florence, so it doesn't take all that long. You do find eventually like a janitor's closet, like a maintenance closet, where you know that those long ladders are kept, and you pull one out. It's like maybe like 30 feet long, so they can use it to get up to the buildings to fix the moldings and get birds off of them and clean stuff. So you pull one of those out, and it unfolds. It will unfold, and it's a 2-step ladder, so you could use that to ascend, but getting people down is still going to be a difficult prospect. But you bring that back.
Yeah. All right, I got this giant ladder and I'm teetering it, and I'm like giving it to you.
Hand it to me, and you hold the base, and I'll hold the top, and hopefully we can get. Sorry, what is your name, sir?
Markesh.
Markesh, nice to meet you. We are not responsible for this, but I promise I'm gonna try and get you down safe, okay?
Okay.
So I guess I'm holding the top of the ladder, and Florence, are you at the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna like tug on that loose arm and like pull it towards one of the, I guess it's like a railing, like the side of the ladder, and see if he can't grasp it before I tug on the rest of his body.
Ah, okay, gotcha. All right. Yeah. Markesh can like just barely get his hand out and like grab on to the top of that ladder. He's like, okay, I think I have a hand on it.
Okay, now I'm gonna like weasel my fingers like kind of like under his shoulder and try and peel out like the opposite shoulder to get his torso
Sure.
disconnected.
It's cold when your hands go through the sludge. It burns a little bit too. Not acidically, but almost from the fact that it's so cold, like when you stick your hand in snow. As you push your hand through, you can pull slightly, and you feel that there's you're pretty sure that if like this guy wasn't stuck to the ceiling, like if there was like if gravity wasn't helping you, getting this stuff loose might be actually pretty hard. But with gravity pulling and you pulling as well, you can get him unstuck. It's just a case of whether or not you can hold him on the ladder. Go ahead and give me a physique roll of difficulty 2, and then if Felicity, if you want to help, you can, and you get +1 to this, Lily, because Markesh can grab the ladder beforehand.
Yeah, of course I'd like to help.
Okay, that's +2 then, Lily, which will make it with a slight consequence. So Markesh comes away. There's like a as he pulls away. Sorry, Wendy. He pulls away and falls down, grabs onto the ladder. I forgot. Grabs onto the ladder and then hangs on. And he's like, huh, huh. And the sludge like runs off of him in these rivulets. It like slides off and slaps to the floor with a sickening wet thump. He slowly makes his way down the ladder, and he's like looking at everybody else up on top, affixed to the ceiling, and he looks back at all of you, and he says, Professor Allegard, what are you doing here?
I'm still in my disguise, aren't I?
Oh, shoot, you're right. Sorry, I completely forgot. Yeah, you folks
Okay,
are all
maybe
disguised.
Yeah.
No, you're right. Rewind. Okay, so he looks around and he says, thank you. Who are you people?
We just came in to do some research and we saw this. Wait, can you go get help?
Yeah, yes. I'll go get help. I'll take care of this. So we'll have a crew. We can get these people down. I can't remember anything. Yes. And he runs off.
Be careful.
What do you
And
folks want to do?
I think we got to get out of here.
we're just gonna leave him like that?
Well, hopefully, whatever his name is, I couldn't hear way up there. We'll 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 get a whole crew and actually get these people down. But we cannot stay here. And she's also got this like she's picking up her like stack of like books that were from the super super duper restricted section, and she's like, we need to bring this to the hands.
Oh, okay. Well, let's go, I guess. And I think Felicity takes one last look at the people still trapped in moaning up there.
All right. You head out. Florence, you head out. Lily, you head out, and you're heading back to the Hands of Death mausoleum in disguise through the streets of Chandla. A minor panic has sort of broken out in the city. Like, there's people talking in hushed tones. Everybody seems on high alert, on edge. Anytime any of Mareth's soldiers get close to a group of people, they like shriek, or they don't shriek, but they like tense up and they move away. Everybody hides in their homes and houses. It's not a pleasant time. And the turn happened quicker than any of you expected. As you make your way through the streets, Florence, can you, since you said you were keeping an eye out, give me a notice roll, please?
Yeah. Let's see.
It's going to be really hard. I'm just going to let you know.
That's cool. I have a 1, so whatever works.
Okay.
You can make it a 4, and it would be hard.
Hey, maybe I'll
Oh,
roll
wow.
bad.
Wow.
I did not roll bad. Okay. Yeah, you don't notice anything. So you
Yeah.
folks all make your way through the rainy streets of Chandla, past these distressed townsfolk, and make your way back to the Hands of Death mausoleum. You enter within, turning the secret handle behind the brickwork, as you know, and the passage opens, and you head down the steps, closing it behind you. Inside, you can find Anna and Graham sitting beside one of the pews in the main room, whispering to each other with a hushed conversation. And you see that Uli is here as well, a person you haven't had a time to get a lot of yet, but he's one of Moses's other friends, or one of Moses's other agents.
Gotcha.
Where did he go? There he is.
Uli. What a fun name.
They're all whispering like in hushed tones to each other. They turn to you as you come in. Graham looks up and he says, "Did you see?"
I look at Lily.
Did we wait? I'm sorry. Did we see what?
The tithe. Did you hear what happened?
Oh, unfortunately, yes. And I kind of like side eye Felicity.
Graham like breathes out a heavy breath and he says, I think we need to escalate our plans. These people need to be dealt with before anyone else gets hurt. Uli here was just regaling us with some of the particulars of Mareth's security details. Uli like nods, and then he says, Moses went on ahead to do some further investigations himself. We're preparing for a hit on Mareth in the next couple of days. He
What
looks
can
at
we
you
do to
all.
help?
Well, I already have an in into his security detail. I just need a way to get him alone. You three wouldn't happen to have any ideas there, would you?
Oh yeah, we have the mansion. Okay, wait, that's tonight, right? Isn't it?
It's tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night. Okay. Yeah, okay, so team sidebar. I feel like Florence at this point is just like she's in with the hands again. She's just like, yeah, these are my people, and she's just gonna trust them, so you can play to that as you like. And
Yeah, I mean, I've been feeling I mean, at this moment we have the same goals. So
Mhm.
I've also yeah, same
Yeah.
as
But I think you two probably openly can feel Felicity not wanting to be near any of you.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Perfect. Okay. All right. So I feel like we should tell them about the ritual tomorrow night, because that seems like something that Mareth would be around. Probably. Likely. What do you think?
Maybe I don't know.
We could try to
I'm
do this by
almost-
ourselves or just with Anna.
Man. I mean, and there's also us doing the. We also need time to like do our ritual too
Yes.
at some point with Felicity. Oh, I do have a disguise as a soldier, so I could like spy and try and figure out. But to get so close to Marith seems extremely tricky. Yeah. Um,
You do have one other resource
What's that?
that you hopefully haven't forgotten about.
is it Joel? Because I keep wanting to talk to Joel, but I don't know where. Is he dead?
Nobody knows. Joel went to talk to Ophelia and hasn't been seen since. But Urza, on the other hand,
Oh, Urza.
did agree to help.
Urza! I thought
Oh my
Urza
God,
left
we miss
town.
Urza.
Let's go see Urza. Urza's gonna be delighted that Esther is dead.
You think?
Maybe?
A little.
I don't know. Weren't they like old chums?
They got along, actually.
No, maybe
think-
not.
They a lot like each other.
Okay. Wow, we could go try to find Urza and see if Urza would set up a meeting or like figure out a way to get Marith alone.
He, in fact, suggested as much the last time you folks were meeting at Joel's house. But
Oh.
Uli's asking you right now. The hands are
Yeah.
asking you, do you know anyone?
We might be able to figure something out. I don't know how this person kind of a double agent. I don't know how trustworthy they are. In fact, I would feel reluctant introducing you as not to blow our cover and yours.
Uli gives a grim smile and turns to Graham and he says, see, I told you. Urza, right?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
actually.
Jude speculated that you two were friends, or at least had a relationship. She saw you hanging around at Joel's house. I'm glad you told us, Florence. It says a lot about your integrity.
Florence puts all of the books down that she got from the library. What is your plan? Do you have one?
The plan basically is poisoning. If we can get him alone at some sort of reconciliatory feast or some sort of party with his chief generals and poison the wine, that would take care of them all easily. As far as we know, he doesn't have any protections in place. He shrugs. It should be a simple matter. I've interrogated his people long enough to know what his relic is. A dog whistle. He keeps it around his neck at all times. Once he drinks the poison, I can slip that off of him, and then we'll be gone into the night.
It's a simple plan, but effective. I wonder if Franny Beckett could help us with. And then she kind of gets like sad again. She's like, with Esther's last work.
His eyes raise a bit. Do you have other connections?
Esther was making a collection of art before they died, and Franny wanted to have a showing for it. Esther only completed one of the pieces, though. Maybe in Esther's studio there'd be something else that we could deliver to Franny and have a. I hate to use Esther like this.
Oh,
What's mine is theirs.
Esther wouldn't hesitate to use any of you for anything, so I don't know if you have to worry about that.
It's almost the best way to honor them.
So what are you thinking?
I'm thinking we contact Franny. I'm thinking we see if the One Piece was delivered by Esther's urchins, and and she starts laughing at the idea of like 7 kids trying to get this stone piece up a hill, and see if we can and see what is left at Esther's studio. I know the place is definitely compromised, but if we could get something to Franny, or even have Franny herself go down and get the pieces, or her people, she could throw a party, and she's chums with the Verdanthi. It would work.
Uli,
Probably.
And we might just find Urzel along the way.
It's true.
Uli and Graham look at each other. Anna looks between the two of them, and Uli nods and says, I'll bring it in front of Moses, but I think it makes a lot of sense. A splendid idea. I'll let you know what he says. He'll probably want to get a bit. He, puts his eyes to the side in, mock annoyance. Anyway, I have to get going. Have to get back before they notice I'm gone. He points at Graham and Anna and says, stay safe. And he looks at the three of you and says, you as well. And then he strides out of the room. And as he goes, he slips a death mask on over his face and appears to look like a high soldier in Marif's army. You can see the red and gold armor come over him and then a cloak that rolls out behind him.
Wow. Okay. I guess we better go talk to Franny.
Do we need to stop at Esther's studio first?
Yes. We should stop at Esther's studio.
What brought you down here in the first place? Graham says.
Oh, I brought you some reading material. Maybe you can make sense of this.
He stares down at it. He walks forward, picks it over, reads a couple of the things. He mutters to himself. And he looks up at you and he says, I don't have your extensive knowledge on this, Professor, but I have to admit I'm intrigued. Anything I should look out for in particular?
There was an incident at the library, actually. There was a strange clerk and bodies glued to the ceiling of
His
the
eyes
library.
rise a bit.
We got one person down and sent them out to help the others. We have more important things to do than get everyone down. But there are creatures out here that should not be trusted. They look human.
All right. Graham sighs and says, more mysteries.
Mystery.
I guess I'll investigate these on my own time then. He glances over at the books and tablets.
What do you know of Joel?
He shrugs. Only what you do. Last I heard, he went off to meet Ophelia, in a decision I still disagree with. Let's hope, if he's still alive, he didn't give Ophelia anything pertinent.
Wild. Team, should I tell you all about Ophelia's doubles, or should I think this should stay in party information for right now.
Yeah, I also keep the gray sludge for myself. I don't hand that out. So I think if we can successfully enter Esther's studio,
Yeah.
we could have some private, I'd like to do a little experimenting. I'm hoping we can have a moment there, but it's a matter of just getting in safely at this point, which I do have an idea.
Oh yeah. Let's try it.
Wait, question. We're keeping the fact that Ophelia has doubles to ourselves?
If you don't want to, you should speak up.
I don't think Felicity would.
All right, then. The hands don't know.
All right.
Okay, so Graham nods, thanks you for the notes. Anna says, call me if you need me. And then you all head off to head out, back through the city to go to Esther's studio.
Amazing.
You leave, walking through the city streets, walking through choked alleyways, walking down to the lower realms of the city until you eventually come upon Esther's shop. Around it, positioned outside, are several Verdanthi guard that you can see, church guard. They've put 2 people outside in the front and 3 around the back.
Damn it.
Wait, was the back the plan?
No.
Dang it, they covered the back door.
Darn it, my alleyway herb garden. No, I was gonna use my death mask to just be a soldier, and break in and go see what's up inside. But
Hey.
they're already there, so still an option. Is there a chimney?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, just
Okay,
a
Santa Claus.
reminder. No, regardless of what you do, I have to go with you.
Hopefully, this won't be the case for much longer, but it's true.
And if we get inside, maybe we can remedy that. So just hang in there.
Okay. Um. Well, listen. I might know a way in, but we're gonna have to do something mean to someone very kind.
Oh,
Like,
what?
like what?
You know, how next door there's the fantasy Pilates studio.
The what?
What?
Oh,
You mean
okay.
the rock lifting studio?
Yeah, that's the one. Um, it it's owned by a very very nice old lady named Julie, and we're gonna have to break into her studio.
Why? You want to throw rocks at Esther's studio?
Well, no, as you may look, and in front of you, you can see that directly connected to Esther's studio on the side is uh, Julie's Fantasy Pilates. Um, and they are, in fact, that you note that they are the same building, and I would like to use a fate point to make this true.
Okay, yeah, there we go. I was waiting for it. Okay, yeah, make sure everybody refreshes your fate points, and then yes, please spin a fate point for that, Felicity. What? Help me understand this. What does this look like?
Well, so here's the deal. You know how Esther was both incredibly gaudy and so cheap?
Yes.
So cheap that they slept on a moldy mattress.
Yeah. I thought
Well,
they might smell.
2 mattresses.
Well, they had a bit of a health scare at one point and became convinced that Fantasy Pilates was the only way that they could get better, but they didn't want to pay for it. So they did slowly break and dig open a door. They made a door. It's a shitty door. It's not, in fact, even door is too strong of a word, but they then,
Hovel?
um, what?
Like a hovel? Like a tunnel?
Something like an awful tunnel, and they then, in that strange little tunnel, proceeded to do fantasy Pilates to the sounds of everyone else. And, well, actually, surprising everyone, including myself, they got better.
All right, here we go then.
So we
Wow.
do need to break into Julie's studio. I do want you to know that she's always in the studio, and despite being 96, well, I guess 102 by now, she is incredibly sharp and has incredible hearing.
Did she know about Esther?
I think maybe she just took pity on Esther.
I see.
I don't think she'll mind too much. Right?
No, I don't think so. And Felicity picks up a rock.
All right, you tell me what we're doing, gang.
Take the lead, Tony.
Lilith, you're gonna have to follow me on this one, okay?
I don't say a word, but I just stare.
And I think from, I don't know, whatever the best hiding spot is, the other place on the other side of Esther's studio, which I imagine is like a, it's a vegan pastrami shop. Felicity.
You're really gentrifying this fantasy Renaissance era city I've got going here.
Yeah,
What is happening in this corner of the world?
yeah. I think Felicity's gonna throw the rock into the opposite building's window.
Okay, the cool thing about this is it just means that this street was just a street of a bunch of weirdos. That's my headcanon for this. Yeah. You hurl the rock through the window. There's a smash. The pane of glass shatters. Two of the guards like jump at the pane of glass shattering, turn, start charging off towards the noise. What now?
Okay, here we go. And I think I start moving towards Julie's Fantasy Pilates studio.
All right. It's a solid oaken heavy door, and there is a wide window out in the front where anyone could watch the classes being done and probably mimic them if they wanted to. But, you know, digging a tunnel, that makes sense. To get the door open, it's definitely locked. So who's dealing with that? Or is that how we're going in? Because there is a high roof as well with a glass skylight.
Do any of you have, like, I don't know, some kind of lockpick or something?
Oh, do I ever? I've got 2 and they're weird. All right, let's do this.
You grab it from under your nail bed.
Yeah, I have one made of nails and I have another one made of iron. And I don't like either of them, but I have them and I have a little bit of practice. So should I roll for this?
If you're doing it, yeah. Julie's Pilates studio is not at all difficult to get into. So it's going to be difficulty 1, burglary check.
Great, here we go.
All right.
Ta-da!
That's success with a minor complication. So
Take it.
Oh, hold on. Perhaps
Hold
you
on.
could use a free invoke of Tools of the Trade.
Oh, wow, that's so sweet and so nice. Let's do that. Let's use that last free invoke.
okay.
Thanks, Esther.
Really looking out for us from the grave.
Well, not even. From, like, the tower in the sky.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Gonzo. All right. So that's gone, and you +2, and you crack the lock easily, Florence. In fact, you're surprised with how easily it comes open. Either the tool was very good, or you're just getting better at this. And then the door swings open slightly. The guards are still investigating what the heck happened with the shattered window down the street. And there's like a rail thin woman that comes out. She has like big curly hair and like a butcher's knife, and she comes out and she says, "What? My vegan meats! Who will take care of my vegan meats?" And she like points a knife at one of the guards and says, "Are you going to take care of my vegan meats?"
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Fuck.
I want to know her.
Oh, my bad. Well, yes, it's Julie's Fantasy Pilates studio. Yeah, so you crack the door, creak it open, and you all slip inside. You're inside a wide open room that has hardwood floors, and there's a number of different mats rolled out that are made of various materials. Probably mostly like thick corded, heavy rugs that the students would use to perform their exercises on. Sitting in the back corner in a rocking chair, pungent, incense-heavy smoke rising, with her back to the door, is Julie, rocking back and forth. You can see that she has a lit pipe in 2 fingers that she's holding that is still lit, and she is obviously fast asleep, her head tilted down, snoring in the afternoon sun.
And Felicity points towards a corner, which is covered with like a series of like metal equipment, like a lot of like pieces of brass and copper, like a lot of it's like a weird corner. Like there's cleaning materials. There's like a lot of things that are leaning against other stuff. Lots of like I think there's maybe a pet bird over there.
Yeah.
How do you make things
So
so much harder
everything
for us?
that makes noise. Okay.
Yeah. And then yeah, Felicity points over there and then starts sneaking on over.
Okay,
Well-
I'm gonna
Let's
rummage
talk
through
her.
my. I'm gonna rummage through my satchel and just grab some of my sleepy time elixir potion, and I just want to like
You're
keep
gonna
her
drug
knocked
her.
out.
Wow.
It's just a light misting. Nothing crazy.
Okay. I'm pretty sure we established that this needed to be ingested, right?
Yeah.
So,
I'm trying to
so
remember. I have so many. I should have an elixir book because I can't remember what's a powder, what's an elixir. So I just said both and hoped it would stick. Sure. Yeah, I can like put it down her throat.
Okay. Give me a stealth roll.
Drop some on her lips, perhaps.
Sure. Give me a stealth roll. I'll oppose you if Julie's notice, which, as Felicity has defined, is legendarily high.
yeah,
Yes.
I'd say better than most guards.
Yeah, and we'll see how this goes.
Like better than most awake guards.
I'm gonna lock the door behind us.
I can't tell if that's a subtle dig at me or, but yeah, here we go. That's a 2 via 2. So it's a tie. Tie goes to the defender in this case. So Julie will wake up.
We like Julie, right? I've
like, kill
lived here
Julie?
for
Don't
ages.
kill Julie. Although you
No, no,
probably
no.
could do it pretty
No.
easily.
No, but Julie and I have history, correct?
Yeah, I think you probably know each other.
We
Lil-
probably
Probably know each other.
definitely. And I wasn't being disguised all the time. Like Julie knows me. Julie hasn't outed me. Julie must be like a fan, right?
Sure. The other thing is that you are currently disguised, but yes. So
I'm gonna take off my disguise.
all right. Are we letting
I-
Julie
how
wake up or?
Is it fair to say the minor consequence? Well, do I have time to reveal my disguise so that she recognizes me?
Yeah. That's fine.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. Take your disguise off. Julie's eyes like flutter open. She looks up, sees you right in front of her face. She goes, "Oh, Lily."
Shh. Be very quiet. I'm
Oh.
so sorry. There's guards everywhere outside. I'm so sorry to sneak in like this. Can
Oh.
you help? Can you help us?
Oh, it's one of your little games. Okay, where are the guards, dear? You show me.
What? No.
Show her.
Have you
Show
been
her.
outside lately?
No, I haven't been outside in years.
Oh, okay. It's been ages. I haven't seen you in a while. How's business?
Oh, it's here and there, you know. Not many people come in for Pilates these days, but
Sure.
I do
sure.
well enough.
Sorry,
I
come
didn't
in for
mean to-
what?
Pilates?
Excuse me?
Fan-
Is that-
fantasy.
Is that excuse me, fantasy Pilates these days?
Um, I we my
Pilates
friends-
lessons. There we go. Okay, go ahead. What?
we need to borrow the. We need to use your tunnel.
Tunnel? What are you talking about?
Oh, she doesn't know about the tunnel. Okay.
I think perhaps during this entire conversation, can Felicity and Florence attempt to remove the large clutter of strange objects?
Oh yeah, you move aside a lot of the different metal pieces and like accoutrement that Esther kept over there to specifically block the tunnel. You move aside Scarshanks, Lily's pet bird that squawks annoyingly as you move the cage over.
Did you just say it was my pet bird?
Sorry, Julie's pet bird.
Oh, yeah, the Pilates gong.
Yep, the Pilates gong, of course, is moved to the side.
I guess I just keep up the small talk.
Julie like sits up a
This is
bit,
going
like
fine.
turns around to look at what's going on, and she says, "Oh, are you helping me move? Who are your friends? Hello?" She like has a lit pipe in her hand and like takes a big drag off of it. Hello.
I think Felicity
ma'am.
just stops moving. Oh, fuck.
We're
That's
helping you organize.
Felicity, that's Florence, and you've actually met Florence before. She's a colleague of Esther, and
Oh.
We just need to use you have some square footage that you're unaware of, so we're just going to access that just really quick, and we'll get out of your hair very soon, and I really appreciate it, and you're the best.
All right, dear. Yes, sure, go ahead. I don't mind. Nobody but the urchins uses it this much anyway.
Great. Now we're moving extremely loud things. Do people hear this outside?
I mean, they're more concerned with the broken window at this point, and like, you
Okay.
know, no, nobody's really paying attention to that stuff.
Fabulous. All right, let's go through this tunnel.
You slide a lot of the stuff out of the way to reveal a partially dug tunnel, where a bit of the hardwood paneling around the edges of the walls here has been cut away by Esther in the past to reveal a piece of the wall that you can move aside, and then slip into. It's in late afternoon, Will. Julie like watches as you like slide the tunnel open, and she says, "Oh yes, that tunnel. Yep. I was wondering why the urchins were always playing around there. That makes a lot of sense."
So the urchins come into the the fantasy Pilates studio.
The tunnel reveals itself, and as you pull the wooden panel aside, Felicity, you hear a whisper from inside the tunnel that says, "Master Paleheart."
Hey, you get out.
A
Shoot,
small
shoot.
urchin like peeks his head outside of the tunnel and like looks and says, "Oh, you came back." He looks around and is like, "Oh no, none of you are Paleheart. Sorry, I can't let you pass. They told me to guard the tunnel."
How long have you been in here?
The child like turns back, and you look over the urchin's shoulder, and you can see like a number of tally marks on the wall of the tunnel that like goes on all the way down the tunnel length. And he turns back, looks at you, says, "Not long."
Death above, Esther. What? Are you hungry? Would you like to get some fresh air?
"Oh, I'm all right. I take what I need from Esther's studio."
Great.
What?
have yeah, bad news. Esther's
No.
gone.
No.
To
No.
the
I
store.
cut you off.
They've gone to
cut
the
you off.
store.
I cut you off. I have had a purse full of coins this whole game. I never spend it ever. So I'm gonna reach into my purse
Mhm.
and I'm just gonna pay the kid off, like at least triple.
Oh my god, so the protege becomes the master.
Merchant's purse.
We can finally get rid of the merchant's purse.
Wait, it's not. I'm not giving the kid the whole purse.
It's like
Oh,
1,000
okay.
coins.
No,
I see.
No.
Not the
I'm
whole
keeping
purse.
them.
All right.
No.
Yeah.
But I need to spend my money better.
Why don't you make a resources roll with difficulty 1 then? And you can call on that aspect if you so choose.
Wendy, I would be so happy if you take up the mantle of paying off merchants. Or paying off urchins. Oh, fuck.
Wow.
Wow.
You find yourself reaching into the purse to pay the child. You look down at this decrepit, depressing, pathetic thing. Does it really deserve money?
So my failure is my own.
I
brain.
don't know. You tell me. You tell me why you can't pay this child.
Oh my god.
It could be Esther's teaching and sort of how you've slowly come to view urchins over the years.
It's true. The urchins are truly worth less than any amount of gold. So like the fact that you would dare to hand over this much, it's difficult to get past.
Oh my god. What did
You
I
just
do?
take it instead.
I mean, you can spend a fate point and re-roll.
No, please.
Do not reroll. This is too funny.
God.
No.
Wait, what was the difficulty?
1. It was 1.
Oh my god. Oh my
Don't reroll. Don't reroll.
god. But I have a character with morals.
Don't do it.
Oh no, I feel like my character is sort of a living testament to maybe not that. But well, I guess anyways, whatever.
The
What
urchin.
if my failure? What if my failure was one of you getting in the middle of it? Okay, never mind.
I mean, I think you should just shove this kid aside, and like you went to reach the purse, but you're like, nah, I can just go in. This is my house.
Oh my god, it's so sad. Okay. Fast rewind. Florence is like offering you the kid bread, and I just decide that's like good enough.
Okay. Florence offers the child bread. The urchin looks up at Florence, takes it, like, gulps it down greedily, and he says, "Thank you so much, kind miss. But I still can't let you in the tunnel. I've been charged with guarding it."
Out of curiosity, how much did Esther pay you originally?
Oh, they gave me one shiny copper coin.
Right.
It's all right, though.
And what?
We take whatever we need from their shop. A group of urchins has been stealing from them for years. There's so many ways into that place. It's insane.
Okay.
And with
well,
all the
if-
junk, they never notice anything's gone. So, honestly, we feel so bad. That's why we that's why we kept helping them.
then you must know what's going on inside right now with the guards all about.
Oh, there's
Do you
no
have
one in
any
there right now.
information?
Just a couple of guards outside. There was a guy who came by that looked like a well-groomed man. He had like glasses on and this like set of armor. He came by, looked around for a bit, got angry, and then left. Don't know about anybody else.
Okay, thank you.
Dear, you hear Julie says as you see this this well-toned 96-year-old woman stand up out of her chair.
102.
Excuse me, 102. Stand up out of her chair, have like this long smoking pipe at one hand, her gray hair done up in a bun, and look over at the child and say, "Dear, come out of that hole now. You don't belong down there." And the child like looks at her, and Julie like turns her head back and like juts her chin out in a way that is almost Esther-like, and the child goes, "Right away, miss," and like scurries out of the tunnel.
Is this Lady Esther's mother?
And Julie
Oh,
says,
fuck.
and Julie says, "Let's find you something to eat, dearie." And the child says, "Yay!" And then she takes him away, leaving the tunnel empty.
Implying something like a maybe 60-year age gap, but yeah.
Okay, I guess I move on ahead into the house.
All
Can
right.
I follow along?
You all crawl through the dark, dank tunnel into the house, slide aside a similar wooden board, and you're back in Esther's workshop. And hopefully back to some sense of normalcy in this story. Outside, you could see a couple of guards walking around on the street. They've come back from dealing with a broken window. But you can, as we've established before, Esther's view of the outside street and the door itself are well blocked off. So from inside, unless you make too much noise, it's unlikely you'll be discovered.
I also need to just add some lore with the urchins. They have been taking care of my cat, and my cat is doing just fine.
Oh, yes. Paracanassa has been doing great.
Good kitty. All right. What should we do first? Should we extend the leash on Felicity? Should we? Oh well, we don't have enough materials for that yet. But or should we get some art? Or should we?
I would like. I think you should be looking for whatever it is you need. I would like to run some light experimentation on the gray sludge.
Hey, Lilith, can you do that upstairs if you don't mind? There's something I'm suspicious of.
I mean, tell me what's on your mind.
Can you just trust me? I got you in here.
I want to roll empathy.
Are
See
you
if
like,
care.
are you commanding Felicity to tell you, or are you like actually trying to like suss out what it is?
Oh yeah, I forgot I have powers. LOL. Okay, I want to just I want to read her mind. I don't want to read her mind.
S-
I want to decide if I trust her. Yes.
Okay, so you can't. We've established already. I mentioned in the past that you can't actually read Felicity's mind. You can't,
Right.
but you could force her to tell you, or you could just roll.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
I just want to get I want to take a vibe check, a temp check.
Okay. I mean, you don't have to roll that unless Tony wants to hide it. So, what do you think, Tony? What's the vibe check?
Or if I'm being shady or something?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I'm asking you to trust me and do the thing upstairs. I guess. I don't know. I think that's on you.
To discover if you're being
To decide if you trust me.
You know what? I think so too. I think there's not much more you could glean from an empathy roll here.
okay. I will go upstairs. But I'm suspicious.
All right. Lily ascends the stairs to the upper attic, where piles of discarded fabrics layer around the place. Tell me what we're doing, gang.
Okay, I'm talking to Felicity. So, Felicity, now that we're finally like kind of alone, I know how to.
Even though I'm
separate-
like literally directly above you with the door open, so I can hear
Yeah.
everything you guys say. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm also upstairs. Is what I'm saying.
Oh, you came with me.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. Well, because I have to.
Well, but the stairs are short. The stairs are short,
10-foot
and the
ceiling.
so technically, I feel like we could be on different levels.
Yeah, there's enough of a tether where you could be if you wanted to be, but you could also go up there. Up to you.
Oh. All right. Well, I mean, if you want to have a private convo, by all means, stop me before I go up.
Excellent. All right, so I'm like, in my research at the library, I have figured out how to separate you from Lily with this tether that you have right now. It's quite complicated, and there's a major downside. You will, if we can pull this off, you will live, but you won't have your current form.
What do you mean by not have my current form?
Right now, your spirit is tethered to Lily's. You feel it, right, when you try to separate?
Yeah, it's awful.
It's awful. You are like a relic to Lily in this way, or she is like to you. I wasn't really clear on the details there, but it's
Lily is a relic to Felicity. That's what it is.
Lily. Yeah, Lily is like your relic, and this form that she's pulled, this body that she's pulled from this realm, is always going to be tied to her unless we give you a new body.
A new. Will I even be me?
You will be you. You will have your thoughts, you will have your spirit, you will have your sense of self, and you will have a mobility that is outside of this form. And she just gestures at you.
So, if you're saying that I'm gonna be in something else, what exactly are you thinking?
We need to find a body that you like. It can't be this one. It needs to be something that is other. And we will transfer your spirit, if Lily is willing to do this, into this new body.
Oh. Well, that sucks.
It is the only way I can think of. But it is an option. Or you can stay tethered to Lily for the remainder of this second life you have.
No, obviously it's not gonna be that, Professor, but oh, is this really something you think you could pull off?
Lily brought you here. I think it's something we could do.
No, I'm asking, is she gonna have to do it, or can you do it?
Well, I'm not the one with. I am not the god of death. I am a student. I am devoted, but I am not the one with the ability.
Oh. Okay.
I mean,
Oh.
Florence has never tried, but that's what she believes.
Yeah.
Think about it.
All right. I guess I'll keep an eye out for a body. And Felicity just sort of glumly walks upstairs.
All
And
right.
then Florence needs to look at the art. What kind of art does Esther have lying around? Do you think Franny would like, Tony?
Oh, all sorts of stuff. I mean, if anything, I think the studio is like filled to the brim with things to Franny's taste, and maybe almost exclusively Franny's taste. Like there's a lot of like really like cliched things that like are clearly copying other people's styles.
Oh, love it.
But like with sort of like almost really gross like interpretations of the self involved in them.
Florence has got her notebook out, and every time she's like, "This piece is particularly bad," she writes it down as a possibility.
Yeah, exactly. I think over in the corner you just see like a book labeled ideas, and it's filled with some of the most atrocious, horrific ideas you've ever read.
Or some of them boring.
No, that's the thing. None of them are boring.
Oh, nice. Great. Yeah, okay, so I feel like Franny wanted 3 pieces, so Florence picks out 2, and she's just like, and then she like kind of yells. She's like, "Lily, what do you think about these?"
I'm concentrating.
And I guess I go up to y'all. What are you doing?
Meanwhile,
I'm hunched. I'm in my little corner back in my old room. It's so nostalgic and it's so bittersweet to be back in my kind of rags and my damp mattress. And I've got like some light supplies that I've moved over to the window so I get some light. And I would like to do some light experimenting on that gray sludge so I can figure out. Oh, and I have like my herbology book with me, and I just want to see if I can't figure out like what the source would be. So it could be, I'm gonna like test the flammability, and I'm gonna grab my little magnifier and
Cool.
things of that nature.
Give me a crafts roll at difficulty 2. Okay.
Wow, that's the worst roll I've ever had for crafts.
I mean, you get what you want, but there's a slight complication, which in this case means that you won't learn a piece of pertinent information.
You should use.
Yeah, I will. I will tag something. Let me decide. I'm looking at our free invoke, seeing if I can't take any of these. What is an eye for trouble? What was that for again?
That was for keeping an eye out for things that are trying to ambush you. Florence made that, I think. But
Nice.
anybody can use that when
Good
you're
one.
trying to notice things.
Oh, can I use that? Noticing in the sludge?
I'll say yes, because you're specifically investigating it to see if it's a potential enemy. Yeah, sure. I'll say sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me give one of those free invokes away. I can't wait to see the updated UI. There we go. Okay. All right. So that kicks you up to 4, which is a success. So you are studying this stuff. Florence comes over, looks over your shoulder. You're doing various burn tests to it. So a couple of things. First of all, it burns. It doesn't burn well. You think it would because of its smell and its viscosity, but it actually takes a lot of fire to get it going. It's unlikely to burn well. It's also incredibly strong. It has a very strong tensile strength. It can be pulled apart only with with a lot of effort, right? And it must be able to hold at least 200 pounds because of the people who are affixed to the ceiling. Probably more, you would expect. What is it? as you're leaning over, you start to like go through the catalog of like substances in your mind. You look through a couple of different pages of your herbology book, and Florence chimes in as well. There is a certain species of spider on the country of Aruvia, which is across the sea. It's the same location that Enoch traveled to in his travels, where he returned with the staff, and he was arrested by the Verdanthi Church for returning with it. It is a species of gigantic eight-limbed spiders with 8 eyes who spits these viscous webs. The Aruvian arachnid is what it's called. They're as big as a large dog, like a Burmese, and they scuttle around on walls and ceilings and all manners of other things. This substance is their webs. How it got here in Chandla, halfway across the world, you have no idea.
And Enoch is known to have traveled, so I can deduce that it would be most likely from Enoch's travels, potentially.
No. I mean, the fact that like just because it's from the same continent doesn't mean that Enoch has anything to do with it being here now. It's just that like that's a coincidence, but it comes from that specific species of gigantic spider on that continent.
They must have used the species of spider when doing the rite of resilience. Like they must have used this animal on a person. Maybe that clerk. We have to find that clerk. Oh, that clerk is trouble. How many others are there? Oh my gosh. We've made such a mess. Okay. We have okay.
What did you want to show me?
Me?
Yes, you were calling me earlier. What is it?
She like can't even think about Esther's art at this point with all this spider nonsense, and like she's like thinking about like what other animals could you combine with Marith with those connections? Can you can you do a right of repurpose on their like animal companions? And that's creepy too. And she like gets her notes out and she just like kind of hands Lilith her notebook of art, and she's like, what do you think about these for Franny? And
well, some of that might be useful still, but well, hold on. And Felicity starts gingerly tapping her foot on a series of boards, like over, just sort of around the top area. I think it maybe takes a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And
I watch you and I'm like very offended that there's something I possibly don't know about this house.
Right?
First it was the tunnel, now this. I'm like getting so annoyed.
I'd like to find Esther's hidden stash.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. Felicity would definitely know where it is, what's in it.
So you see me doing this for a bit, and then eventually I go, oh, and like I peel away like a piece of the trim like on the wall, and then I use that to like dig up like a particular board, and then I use that to like pull off a piece of the wall.
Uh-huh.
It's like really convoluted, and
I love it.
Then behind that wall there is the rest of Enoch's staff.
There it is.
Is this anything? I don't know what this is.
How
And
did you?
Felicity shows it
What
to you.
did you?
This is just Esther. This is just who they were. They have like a lot of these weird little stashes all over the city. There might be more. But anyways, do you know what this is?
Yeah. Okay. What state is the staff in?
It has been separated into multiple pieces, individually contained in bottles.
Right. If we Oh, this would be so. This would make them so mad. This would make them so mad. This is the staff of Enoch, one of the Verdanthi that we killed. If
Fuck.
we if we took these bottles of Enoch's staff and we hung them up like a mobile and a mobile, the things that hang on off the ceiling, and just put this in Franny Beckett's house, and then invited the Verdanthi, that holy, they would be so mad.
It would definitely send a message. I like it.
Yeah.
The audacity.
That's pretty good, Profess. I guess we'll just do that real quick. There's the stuff downstairs. It shouldn't take that long to make something like that.
Yeah, like a wind chime.
Somebody give me a crafts roll, difficulty 1. You can string those things together if you want.
Let's go. Let's
Can
do
we
it.
all roll like, or who do I help?
Just pick the highest among you and roll that.
I'm a 3.
You do it.
Yeah.
I'll help you.
Wow,
will
I'm not
also
rolling well
help.
today.
Oh no!
I'm not rolling very
Wait, no,
good
I want to
today.
help you because I find Esther's creativity inspiring.
Okay.
I also want to help.
Yeah, sure. You can both help. Teammate actions will get it over the line there. So yeah, you tell me how you work together and what this thing looks like.
Okay, so we got our little bottles, and they're clear bottles, and they have corks on them, and we like tie strings around the bottles, and like maybe we put shiny stuff around the outside, so like if you're like looking from a distance, you can't tell what's inside, but when you get up close, it's very clearly parts of this weather staff,
Mm-hmm.
and then like maybe Felicity like solders 2 pieces of metal together to like make a cross, and we just like hang the bottles at different heights, and so they can knock into each other and be like kind of noisy, but it's not like just crashing metal all day long. It's just
Right.
like a nice ringing sound.
Yeah.
I found a dusty globe.
Like for real or in the game?
Like, no, in the game. Oh my God, what do you think? Okay,
No?
I was just thinking like we could just put a hanger into the globe, and then it hangs off and around the globe, and then it's like we're showing how the pieces of the Verdanthi are scattered over the world.
Oh,
That's
I
like a
like that
deeper
idea
message.
best. It's
So good. So
it's
subliminal.
It's very deep and artsy. I think
Scene.
I have to tap into my, long-standing working relationship with Esther on this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And while the artistic design and the way you put it together is really good and it fits together really well as you all stand back and look at your handiwork, you all also feel that there's a certain magic missing that might have been there had Esther's hands been on this work. Nevertheless, it is a beautiful piece
Oh my God.
and will enrage the Verdanthi for sure.
Sob.
Incredible.
uh
Very good. We need one
I
more.
shed a silent tear.
well, the art it was supposed to be related to those Verdanthi, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So there's this one. This was that guy. He wasn't here in the city. He was somewhere else. But is there more art like that represents someone else? And if that's the case,
Does
like should we try to represent, I don't know, Marith?
oh
That's fun. Did Esther have any like taxidermy around?
You tell me.
No, but there is somewhere the I think, oh god, right here.
Like maybe
Hold
a
on.
giant bear made of matches that we could light on fire.
Or
no,
like a
no,
fur
no, I'm desperately going
blanket?
through my notes. There was that person of Marith's army who had been working who was at the Chandla, not the Chandla. Fuck the. Okay, hold on, one sec. I have to go into the old notes.
Like from last year.
Yeah, one sec.
It started at
It
the
It
bar,
wasn't
right?
Rosa?
What was her name?
Rayla?
Rayla? Like, as in, like, the Bright Eyes Lieutenant Rayla, who you killed?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rayla's neutralized relic.
The
I
doll.
believe.
She had a doll. Yeah.
Yeah. No. I think it was a collar.
Mm-hmm.
I have
Oh,
it in my notes as a
yeah.
collar. And I believe Esther
Could be wrong.
made like a little clay image of a shit. Was it a tiger or was it a lion?
It was
Lion.
it would be a lion because that was Rayla's animal.
Yeah, made like a little like crude clay version of a lion, and then put the collar around the lion to neutralize the relic. Um,
Ah, okay,
so
yes. Yep.
so I don't know. Like I don't know. Like I think Felicity just like maybe stumbles upon that just lying around. Like, is this anything?
Oh, this is good. Okay.
This is
All right.
perfect.
Wow. It's so small. I feel like we need to make it bigger. Could we find like a pedestal to put this on, like something like grandiose?
I feel like there's absolutely
I push
Yeah.
a bust like of Esther over and like grab the pedestal it's on.
Just like showers.
And I think I catch it like and then nervously stare outside at the window.
Yeah. Yeah, you can find a pedestal to put this on. It will be prominently displayed. Anyone who knows what it is will get the message for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you've got some art pieces. What now, gang? So we could
have
Oh, go ahead.
I have an idea, but it's a little crazy. So Felicity.
Uh-huh.
Oh God. I know that Florence talked to you about the right of repurpose.
Yes.
And I was wondering if you wouldn't mind offering your body up for the service and then in a very specific sort of way. Temporarily. And then we could get you another body later. We could do the rite of repurpose 2 times. Is that something you'd will be willing to consider?
What now?
Lilith, I want you to look at me in the eyes as I'm telling you this. That sentence got more challenging with every single word you just spoke.
I pick up. I know this is a wild card. I pick up Parakinesis.
You want to put Felicity in the cat? You want to put?
I'm just
Felicity
throwing
in
it
the
out there.
cat?
I'm just throwing it out
You're
there.
so
It's fine.
Felicity?
How little do you care about your own cat?
I
Absolutely not.
I do just want to point out, just in case you didn't know, Wendy, the previous body does have to not have a spirit inhabiting it for a new spirit to enter it. So
Okay, rewind. It never happened.
okay.
No. Hey, hold on. I love that though. I think that's a wonderful thing. Everything you said was wonderful. So may I vote to have it happen?
We can have Florence just explain that too,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
Lily can understand it.
I'm like, Lily, Parakinesis would have to die first.
Well, maybe we find a different cat, one that's far more nimble. I just thought it would be something no one would suspect.
No, hold on. And I think Felicity like puts both like crosses both arms and then like gets a little bit in your space and says like hold on. There's something I really would like to clear up with you, Lilith. I am recognizing more and more that I am going to die again, one way or another. It's either going to be a natural death, I guess, maybe you could call it that. That would be cool. Or it's going to be at the hands of the Verdanthi after probably years of torture. It's possible I might, if I'm very lucky, get put into someone else's body that I don't even want. And that's the best case scenario. What I need you to do, Lilith, or I don't know, goddess, whatever you want to be called, is I need you to take me seriously Or, I don't know, just banish me and kill me right now.
You have been called to a higher purpose, and so I only ask.
Absolutely not. I think I'd slap you.
Whoa. Ooh. Parakardas like
What?
jumps out of Lily's arms and runs off.
I reject that. um yeah, I just use my mind, and
Wow.
I want to just it's a knee jerk reaction, of course. I'm not doing this, with having thought it through. But um yeah, I would say just like I put a force out telepathically and to inflict, I would say, the same level of pain physically, but it's gonna translate mentally. Does that make sense?
So
Yeah,
Felicity
hell yeah.
brings her hand down, slaps across your face, Lily, and you returning kind. Are you resisting this, Felicity?
Um, I, I don't know. Like, do I know how to anticipate that?
I guess
It
not.
happens
No.
quick.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, yeah. So yeah, Lily, you get slapped, and then Felicity, you feel like the same stinging pain just like hits you on the your side of the cheek, even though nothing struck you.
Um, was that what it was meant to be? Like sort of like just like a retaliatory like little slap, or were you trying to like cow me?
I I see you kind of like registering what happened, and you're confused, and I just look at you and I get a little closer.
Wait. Sorry, no, question. Like, were you like? I'm trying to understand how painful it was.
It was supposed to be equivalent.
Yeah, I'm mirroring what you did to me, essentially.
Okay.
And actually, I should take a step back here, because I need to obey my own rules. When you do that, Lily, Felicity brings her hand up and slaps herself, and then that's what happens.
Oh,
And
careful.
uh, I then think I maybe tackle you.
Oh,
No.
oh gosh! All right.
I mean,
Uh,
at this point, my defense is up. So I'd like to think that in the midst of me
no, yeah,
mirroring this back at you, I feel like that wouldn't be that
this
you should feel some kind of resistance if that was your attempt.
no, yeah, this is definitely opposed. It's just a matter of okay, so it's opposed. Florence, what are you doing when you see this happen?
I'm gonna take a step back because I can see that they're having issues and they need to work through it.
Okay, so Felicity roll fight and Lily roll athletics, and we'll see who wins.
Okay.
A tie, which means I get to enact a complication. Unless anybody wants to spend
favorite.
fate points.
This is James' favorite day.
I'm into it. I think this makes sense.
Me too.
So Felicity, you tackle Lily to the ground, and Lily, you like hit the ground with a thud. Your head like bangs off the side, and at that same time, the bust that Felicity caught earlier, and then put back on the pedestal so carefully, you knock over the different pedestal that she put it on, and it rocks back and forth, and then falls off and shatters. And it's at that moment that a couple of muffled noises come from outside, and one of the guards goes, "Get the door open!" You're both tackling each other, rolling around in the regs and clothes. Florence, you hear this going on outside. What do you do?
I pick up both of the things that we just made, sans the giant pillar.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, I'm gonna pull an Esther here, and I'm just gonna go through the tunnel and go out to Julie's.
Okay, sounds good. What about Lily and Felicity?
I'm probably still fighting.
Yeah?
No, I think I will you off of me.
I think that's wonderful. I think you should do that.
Yeah, I definitely do that.
Okay, if you're resisting it at all, Felicity, then give me a will roll. But if not,
Oh,
we can.
yeah, I'm resisting it.
Okay. All right. So roll empathy, Lily, and Felicity roll will. Yeah. Any fate points?
No.
Okay.
I think that makes sense.
So Felicity, you like tackle Lily to the ground. There's like rags that go up everywhere. Florence is gone. She's back in the tunnel. And just as the door opens and you see the two guards like entering, Lily, you hurl Felicity off of you. Just whoo! And Felicity, you get thrown back. You slam into one of the guards who like stumbles backwards and goes, "Ah! Intruders!" He like yells out. Excuse me. You fall backwards and like you hit your head on the hardwood floor, and like you see stars from it, and you blink. Lily, you see the two guards in front of you. You see Felicity right in front of them. You see Florence running and has made it to the tunnel and is crawling through it. What does anybody do?
Would I have time to put my mask on and switch my identity prior to the door opening?
I think so, but you can do it. But I'm gonna give the guards a notice roll here just to see if one of them picks up on something. Roll stealth.
Sorry.
It's all right. We'll take
Oh
the
my God.
first one. Any fate points?
Oh, what am I rolling against?
2v4.
Yeah, I will tag. I'll take does what it takes a fighter a survivor, and I would like to switch. I'm gonna become a guard.
Okay, sure thing. So that kicks you up to 4 if you're taking the +2, which means it's a complication. Okay, there we go. I'm trying to think if there's.
And I'd like to like I do the switch really fast, and then I kind of follow Felicity's body so that I am posed like on top, basically like sword drawn, like it looks like I've
captured.
That's the scene I'm trying to set. Like I've caught the intruder.
Okay. One of the guards like stumbles back as you do this. The other one ran off to get the guards around the back. That single guard is like looking at you. He you don't think he saw you change, because like in the distraction and everything getting knocked back by Felicity, there was like confusion, but he's looking at you and you can see through like the slit in his eye mask. You see like this wide of surprise, just like staring at you. Felicity, Lily is on top of you, disguised as a guard. Do you do anything?
I think I may be really dazed and don't understand what's happening, so I'm just lying there.
Okay. In that case, the guard like looks at you, Lily, and says, "Do you have it?"
Yeah, because no one else here seems to know what they're doing. Look at that hidden tunnel over there.
The guard like turns to look.
You've already made it through. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The guard like turns to look and sees like, "Oh, jeez. All right. Is this what Watson told us?"
I'm taking this prisoner in.
Wait.
Stand by your post.
You can't do that. Watson told us not to take any prisoners in.
I've not been given that same order.
He narrows his eyes and looks at you. And then he draws his sword. "I think you have, friend. Watson was very clear."
I guess at this point, I maybe start to see what's happening. And I guess I'm just gonna try to... Because there are 2, right?
There's one. The other one ran off to get the 3 around the back, so they'll be back soon.
Well, I guess then I'm just gonna trip this guy. I'm just gonna grab his legs and...
But I'm holding on to you with a sword up against you.
I was thinking like I'm on the ground. Like...
Yeah,
next to
Lily's on top of you, but like Lily, you could like feel Felicity moving and then move. You know.
Sure. Okay. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right, give me athletics, Felicity,
Yes.
or fight, whichever is higher.
Yes. I'm gonna do athletics.
Easy. Succeed with style. He doesn't see it coming. He falls backwards, like oh, boom, lands with a hard yelp, and you hear the other guards like running around the back side of the building coming for you.
They're coming in through the back or the front.
They're coming around the front, it seems.
Okay, I'm gonna grab Felicity because I'm a big, strong soldier, and I'm gonna dip out the back.
All right, Felicity, you going
I
along?
just like hoist you over my shoulder.
I think we're done here.
Okay. You all hurry out the back, like crash through. The two guards like see you. You go running off into the alleyways and retreat into the darkness of the night. The guards will report that there was a disturbance, and they'll probably investigate the place a lot closer. So where do you all meet back up?
I mean, I've been outside just like waiting to see someone with my giant sculptures.
Yeah.
So I think we meet up and I see you and I just kind of hustle after y'all until we meet up. But we should go see Franny.
So
We grab a wheelbarrow. Again.
you're like outside Felicity and Lily and Florence, like in the rain in like a central plaza square. It's coming down harder than it usually does. It's pouring onto you. You can like see it running off of your hair in streaks. And Florence, you're like standing there. It's like we need to go see Franny. And then what happens between Lily and Felicity? Like, do you both just look at each other and nod and hurry up the street, or
Do you keep fighting?
I would like to focus on my mission and not partake.
I mean, I feel like we should have like at least a small exchange of words or something.
In the middle of an alleyway in the rain.
As we're like hauling things up a giant hill.
yeah?
Yeah.
I think emotion dictates that would happen, but that's up to you folks.
Yeah, I think we would. Maybe we both have a wheelbarrow.
And I've now switched back my disguise to my what is my student name? Gwyneth.
Gwen. Okay.
Gwen. Felicity, can you please just cooperate? I was getting to a point that I feel like we can find common ground here. We serve the same cause, whether you like to believe it or not.
The only cause I'm interested in is getting away from you, and that is becoming more clear to me. So anything we do that makes that happen, fine. That's
Well,
okay
upsetting
with me.
me is not going to make that happen, Felicity. You need to cooperate. I am what stands between you and freedom, and I would like to give that to you.
So I just want to be real clear about something. And I'll shut up for the evening after this. That's my promise. Am I your prisoner until you decide to set me free? A yes or a no?
What I was trying to explain to you earlier is that you have a lot of choice and a lot of power. And that choice that I'm trying to offer you is going to open up opportunity for you to make a real difference in this world, to matter.
So what I'm hearing is a yes. And Professor, how do you feel about this?
How I feel about this doesn't hold a lot of sway from someone who can actually do something about it.
I see. And I think I think Felicity doesn't say anything else.
Damn. Ice cold.
Ice cold.
Yeah. Wow.
Both. No, I'm talking about your teammates, not Felicity.
Yeah, I bet.
All right. You all trundle up the road to Franny's house. You make your way to the front gate. It's pouring rain by this point. You've had to actually like duck around alleys a couple of times to get out of the way of Marif's patrols that are walking the streets. You figured it's just best to stay out of their way as much as you can. The water is pouring down in rivulets from the sky, and you can see that Franny Beckett is outside in the middle of the night. She's in like a full-blown dress, and there's a large wooden crate in the center of her lawn that she's out there. There's like two servants, like two like workmen that have like ropes on either side, and they're like working on getting like undone. And Lind is also standing off there to the side around this huge crate. The crate's big. It's like maybe like, how tall would it be? Like 15 feet high. And Franny's like walking around it and like rubbing her hands together. And she turns as you all approach and she says, "Ah! Ah!" And she like looks closer and she sees like the art. And then she like narrows her eyes again and says, "I'm sorry, are you with Pale Heart?"
We are. We have a delivery.
So like, are you trying to hide yourself from her?
No.
Okay.
But we're soaked and kind of grouchy.
Okay. So
We've
Fran,
met prior.
yeah. So Franny like narrows her eyes and says, "Florence?"
Hello.
Yes, it makes sense that you would be in disguise. I see. How delightfully roguish of you. She looks over at you, Lily, and then Felicity, and she says, "I don't know who you two are, but I'm sure you're just as helpful."
Assistance from Esther.
Ah, I can see that. She pauses for a minute. I don't know what to say. I'm
You heard
sorry.
What happened?
What?
You heard what happened?
Of course I heard what happened, my dear. The whole city heard what happened. Not everybody knows it was Esther Paleheart who got killed, but... well, one can put two and two together if one has enough clues. Lynn's, like, muttering to himself and, like, trying to help one of the workmen, like, pull open the crate. And Franny, like, looks at you, Florence, and says, "I don't know what happens now, but I can see that Paleheart made what's the word I'm looking for? Not stipulations.
Arrangements.
All right, thank you. Made arrangements in case they weren't able to complete or deliver their pieces. I'm happy that I'm happy these are coming to me." She like starts to examine like what you've brought. Oh, these are
Did we
interesting.
explain these to her? I feel like we should explain in detail what these are. I
She's
feel
like
she should
looking them
know.
over.
Yeah. We were. Esther was. Do I lie? Do I say Esther? I'm gonna say I. I was hoping that
Wait,
the.
wait, hold on.
What?
Well, I guess I probably wouldn't have spoken to you about any of this. Never mind.
Yeah. I'm gonna say, I was hoping that Esther's art would still be exhibited, even after their death.
Oh, of
Is that-
course, of course. Do you have any idea what death does to an artist's reputation? We'll make a killing. I mean, I'm very
Great.
sorry.
I want as many people to see Esther's art as possible, but truly, I think there are certain people who would really get an impact with this work.
Mm. She nods, her lips pursed.
Are you gonna throw? When is? Let's see. When? Let's see. I'd love to see an event put on. I mean, your parties are legendary.
She gives
Is
like
that
a
what you were thinking?
she gives like a wry smile, and she looks at you, Florence, and she says, "Why don't you come inside and we'll discuss the particulars?"
Sure.
Lynn, dear, leave that for now. I need your assistance. And Lynn like turns and looks and goes, Of course, Franny, yes, coming." And he follows right behind you all. Florence,
It's still my favorite NPC.
It's so good.
Franny opens the door, leads you all inside. You're like soaking all over her carpets, and she hands you like some towels, and like ways to dry yourself, and says, "Have a seat in the sitting room. I'll have the servants fetch us some tea, and we can discuss the particulars." It takes a few moments for her to get back. She changes into like something more comfortable that isn't rain soaked, and she sits down on one of these high plush chairs in the sitting room. And the servants bring a few cups of tea, and she leans across. And you notice as she does so that she like has the teacup and then like pulls it back towards herself as soon as the servant hands it to her, and she doesn't let it out of her sight for the rest of the conversation. Um, and she looks at you, Florence, and looks at the two other people sitting on the couch and says, "So, I know you," she says, gesturing to Felicity. "Seen you around before. You," she narrows her eyes. "I feel like we've met, but I can't be sure." Do you reveal yourself, Lily, or?
We've met as Gwen
Okay.
prior,
Okay.
but like she didn't never paid. I mean, the interaction you gave me originally is accurate. Like she doesn't. She
Yeah.
just knows I'm a helper.
Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Okay. So she pauses for a minute and says, "Anyway," she turns to look at you, Florence. "My dear, let us not beat around the bush. I think we both know that a change in the winds is coming. And given what happened in the town square today, I would say it needs to come a bit quicker than any of us want it to. My friends and associates in the various merchant guilds around the city are gung-ho on backing Ophelia and all of the wonderful things the Verdanthi can bring us. But I've always been a gambler at heart, and you and your lot seem to be like the long shot."
If you help us out, I think you have a sure chance of coming out on top.
She pauses for a moment. "But particulars, my dear. Because what we're talking about here isn't just me doing a showing. It's me being directly indicated in a very dangerous affair. Don't think for 1 minute I don't have an idea of what's going on. Lynn's told me everything. Well, almost everything." And then, like, looks embarrassingly to the side.
Damn.
Good to see you healthy and whole, Lind.
"Yes, well, he drinks a sip of his tea, and Franny goes on. She says, "What position will I expect to have in this new order of yours? Once the Verdanthi are gone, what does the world look like? Who takes command? Who takes charge?"
That's such a good question.
jeez. Oh my god.
Who was in charge before the Verdanthi was around and about? Because
It was the Merchants Guild.
It was
like-
the Merchants Guild.
Yeah, like the Chandler itself was a oligarchy of various merchants.
Gotcha.
I think I'm using the right word there.
Yeah. So Florence is like, I don't see a reason why things couldn't go back to the way they were before the Verdanthi were here, but better.
Better.
There will be an absolute vacuum when the Verdanthi go down, if they go down, if we succeed, but death will return. And life will return again.
Yes.
And that means more production. It means the return of of everything that is slowly but surely grinding to a halt.
We're gonna boost the economy.
I mean, we are, because it's dying.
She pauses for a moment and says, "That is an intriguing offer. But you have to understand there are a number of very powerful people in high positions who the Verdanthi have assured they can make sure and never die. That's quite the thing to offer, my friend. Once you
Never dying
remove..."
is-
What?
Never dying is one thing, but having your health, stopping aging, that's quite another.
I suppose. But once you remove that protection, once you bring death back to the world, you can't anticipate that everybody's going to be happy about it, can you? So, I'm asking, particularly, what protections can I expect? if I'm to help you? And what benefits do I receive?
Well, I think the most direct benefit we can give you, which is something that is really great to look forward to, which is if you happen to die, you won't end up a ghost who's hovering over a tower for all of eternity in pain.
She chuckles. Very good, very good. Well reasoned,
That's
Professor Alagard.
Great time to not be up there, like Esther.
So there's no chance then, in this new order, that select people wouldn't have to worry about death.
No.
She looks back and forth between your group.
The cycle would restart.
Yes, I'm sure for most people it would. But for certain people, maybe? She wiggles her eyebrows.
You want to live forever?
Oh, I certainly don't want to die. That doesn't seem very fun.
It's not fun now. But I don't know.
I'm
Lily, do
growing
you have anything to say here?
increasingly. I'm growing increasingly frustrated and annoyed. I do not want to speak in this, but
I
it
mean,
is becoming more
You're
difficult.
known as like Florence's like aide. You're like my assistant, so like you having opinions on death would not be out of place as Gwen.
Okay.
Also, team, we could use a fake point to say that we spoke about this beforehand.
Yeah.
No.
Perhaps even before the studio.
Yep, that's true. You could flashback.
What conversation are you referring to?
Just like what you're going to offer Franny, how you're going to plan this out and like make this work with her, you know.
Like perhaps this could even be a conversation we had back at like with the other Hands of Death.
Yeah. I'd be okay with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Franny wants to live forever.
She wants
Franny-
something, right? She's asking what she can get, and she's hoping she can get the moon.
I just think that Franny doesn't like. I don't know if this conversation is necessary because she's gonna throw an event regardless.
That's
But her
that's
health-
certainly a diplomatic tactic you could take.
Yeah.
Though I think from her perspective, she might be able to like I don't know. I think that the possibility of Franny betraying us is quite high.
Right.
Which I think is
And-
the whole point of promising enough right now.
And I don't think Lily is at all interested in offering up services as like a gift at this point. So I
Doesn't-
would need to be persuaded, I suppose.
You could scare her.
You could also scare her. Fear
Wait,
is one
scare
way
her
to
with
control
what?
people. I mean,
There's so many options. You could
I mean,
bring down
I
some
think you've
ghosts.
been doing a pretty good job of cowing people. Cowing people today. You could just like keep the ball rolling. I think it's pretty
Good.
good.
You could bring down a ghost of someone that Franny loves. You could and just like show her how tortured they are. You could do so many things.
Oh my god. Okay. I mean,
I
okay,
mean,
wait.
it,
And I'm trying not to stray too far into villain territory.
well, even if Lily doesn't want to reveal herself, Florence, you are well schooled in spiritual subordination. You could scare Franny too, if you wanted to. Not saying that's the best way to handle her, but the options are there.
That's fun.
Vegan meats.
Vegan. That Will. Will, you're my favorite. Okay. What could we offer her? I don't know if there is something that we want to offer her that is beyond, not just eternal damnation above the
I
streets of
just-
Tranla waiting. Yeah, and also, like, why would Ophelia keep her promises? Why would Ophelia keep her promises?
We could possibly offer her I don't know, something along the lines of like a legacy, like
I just need a better deal here because right now she's gonna throw a party that she was already gonna throw. We haven't even asked for anything special. So like unless I feel like I'm getting something I really want, I don't know. I have nothing to give or offer. But I definitely don't want to go the scare route. I mean, I
well,
don't care
she's
for her.
offering us right now like the ability to possibly get a Verdanthi, maybe even two Verdanthi at the party, such that we could probably kill Marith. Like that's
Right.
that's
Right.
the offer, and she's
Yeah.
aware of that, and she knows that.
Yes. Yeah.
Um,
The undertone is like I am very much putting my neck on the line having these two
Mhm.
people here at this party because they will tie it back to me if you're going to do what I know you are going to do. So give me something in return.
And I think if we don't offer her enough, I think it's at least I think it's fairly obvious that she could easily rat us out and be like, "Hey, they're the assassins right there," and she could gain power with the Verdanthi that way. So I think essentially we have to give her more than the Verdanthi is giving her right now.
Oh, how cool would it be to just kill her and just shove Felicity inside of her?
Fuck.
Wow, that's wild.
That's wild.
That's
That's
the
wild.
that's fucking
Sorry, not to
insane.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm really itching to cow.
Okay, hold on. Okay, can I look at my notes? Do you want to take like a 2-minute break?
Yeah, let's
That
take a
way.
2-minute break. I'll go to the bathroom. You folks talk
Okay.
about what you want to do. We can
Okay.
figure it out. I'll be back.
Okay. So, well, we could make her we could make her like no, you can leave it on. We could make her we could like offer her
It doesn't have to be supernatural. We could offer her political power.
I mean, we, I kind of applied that. I kind of applied that already, but I feel like she's been offered something else by the Verdanthi.
She wants long life. She wants youth. It's about offering like we could the only thing I can think of is that we offer her a right.
A resilience.
Sure.
We could make her
I mean,
stronger. So she
we
would
can
live
do the
longer.
right of resilience or the right of repurpose. When she grows old, we can put her in a young body again. But I don't want to do that. So if I'm gonna do it, by me I mean Lily. So it would need to be we would need to be promised entry into the party. We would need
Ooh, what if we promised her a right of route, which I, Florence knows how to do, which could be like a quick exit. We could offer her like a quick escape somewhere.
Oh, like it. So essentially, like allowing her to hedge her bets a bit.
Yeah,
yeah, that's good. And then we don't have to reveal my identity.
we don't have to reveal your identity. Or we could do a like see if she wants to speak to anyone. Like we could basically say we can do exactly what the Verdanthi does, but better, and be like, is there anyone you want to speak to who's passed? is there is there anything? I feel like also convincing her that Ophelia is not going to hold up her bargain would be like grand. I don't know how to do that.
Yeah, I think I can help.
Okay.
So
Okay.
is the plan then spirit summon to get someone she loves and then
I think that
in,
the conversation goes th- that politics and being a socialite are things she's naturally good at and she'll be just fine. What what supernatural interests do you have? And then we can see which right we can offer her. And I do like the idea of a right of routes because
Yeah.
then she can just I don't even remember what that is. But what is that? Oh, okay.
Here, I'll copy it into the chat for everyone to see. So, okay, this is what I think we should do first. We should see if what she thinks that Ophelia is going to offer her, and then we should see why she thinks Ophelia is going to hold up her bargain, and then we're going to offer her a right of route. And as like a quick escape that she could use at basically any time once she knows how to complete the route. Like I'll set it up for her because actually Lily doesn't even have to do this. I can do this, which is wild.
Mhm.
And then see what happens.
I think that's a
Yeah.
great idea. In that way, maybe along the lines of like, hey, Franny, you can like prepare your escape route and like just tell a servant, like 2 servants or whatever, to be at this place and like have a backup plan. So
Mhm.
the offer is that we can hedge her bets, and then regardless, if she's right, she's going to come out on top of this politically and probably monetarily. And then if she's wrong, she has a way out, and is probably going to go live an exciting life traveling.
Okay, I'm back.
All right. Okay.
Tell me the plan.
We're
The
ready.
plan is this. We're gonna keep talking. So
Start the scene.
Okay, so Franny is sitting across from you, staring. Lynn's over in the corner in an armchair, sipping tea, looking slightly ashamed. And she just asks, like, what can you offer me, right?
You have done very well for yourself. I kind of like lean forward in my chair for the first time. You're a socialite. You have fallen into the good graces of political powers, regardless of who they are. And it's forces like you that stay, even when things change. What more can we offer you? What do you want? Because as far as your own security in this world, I think you're doing just fine. What more can we offer you?
Well, my dear, I'm not really concerned with the security in this world. I'm concerned with the security in the next. Frankly, as you say, I've amassed quite a fortune of treasures. Having to leave all those behind when I pass and shuffle off this mortal coil is not exactly appealing to me. That's why the Verdanthi's offer, that death always stays away from your door, is an appealing one for most of my ilk. Now, I do understand that what happened there today in the square and the general power these folks hold, no one should be allowed to have. But damn it, if I'm going to help... She sniffs. I want something. I would hope that a group powerful enough to take down these powerful people would also have a similar thing to offer me. Sure, maybe you can't protect me from death, but something else, perhaps? Something that money can't buy.
and what has Ophelia offered you?
Well, in particular, the Verdanthi have been clear that most of the merchants of the upper crust can expect to not have to worry about death all that much. They have a catalog of our relics and all that, so they can bring us back if any of us should suffer any fatal accidents. And it's happened a few times as well. They've made good on their promise, so I'm inclined to believe, unless they were particularly angry, they would follow through with that. That's a fairly good thing to offer.
That's pretty good.
Right of routes.
We can offer you a guarantee. You
Let's
help
say
us.
something goes wrong. Let's say you throw this gathering and we get had and you get associated with us.
Perish the thought.
We can perish the thought. We can guarantee your safety. I can give you a way out. I can give you a way out. I can yeah, okay, hold on.
A vacation to the afterworld until all of this blows over.
Well, the Rider routes can take you anywhere, right?
It's specifically meant to, yes, it's specifically meant to transfer you from this world to the next. It doesn't transport you anywhere.
Okay.
Oh fuck.
It transports you to the afterlife. But as Lily says that, as Gwen says that, she perks up a bit and says, "A vacation to the afterlife? Oh no, that sounds just positively thrilling."
Go to the the afterlife?
I
Can we
wonder
become your family?
if this ability that you have to send me there works one way. Does it work both ways?
You can come back.
Well, then I suppose we're all set. Unless there's any particulars I need to be aware of. Len's like looking over all of you with like a bit of surprise on his face. I wasn't under the impression that you all had the ability to offer this. I mean, Catherine and our group to work for years to try to figure out that secret. Have you, how did you come across it?
Lind, it's been a long time since we dealt with Catherine. We have learned a lot since that moment. I will tell you the details on how to do this and help you set it up if you agree to help us.
I think I'd like to hear the particulars before I agree, my friend, Franny says, smiling. What exactly does this passage require?
You have to maim something, a living creature,
Oh
in order to go.
my!
But to come back, you must leave a living creature. You cannot go alone. But you can come back alone.
Oh, that sounds positively dreadful. Why would I ever want that?
Well, you want a vacation? Things cost lives.
Oh. Ew. I never realized that this assassination stuff would be such a gruesome business.
We're nothing compared to what the Verdanthi are doing right now.
I see. That's abhorrent to me, though. She bites her lower lip. Would you be willing to assist me in pulling this off? Assuming we all survive.
Yes.
Well then, somebody give me a rapport roll.
Okay. Yeah, that should be me.
Okay, yeah.
Super.
Oh, a success.
Okay. Let me use a fate point then.
You want to succeed with style?
Oh, that was for me success. I thought you had a
Oh.
success.
Oh no, you succeeded.
I'll just succeed there. That's fine.
Okay. She pauses for a moment, considering. She scratches her chin and she says, "Well, all right. You have a deal. I shall, of course, reveal Pale Heart's gallery in another week or so. We've already been working on getting the guest lists together, and the presentation statue arrived today. I bet the weather could have been better for it. Have a look at it on your way out. I think they'd like it." She nods. Yeah, out of curiosity, there's no chance that Esther could be brought back before the gala, right? Or maybe at the gala, she says. That would be quite the thing.
Oh my god.
We
Frank
don't.
is really great.
She's so great.
Oh my god.
It could happen if a certain person was here, but currently we don't have the ability to do this.
A certain person will tell me. I have resources. I'll find them.
Do you all want me to bring up Joel?
Wait, why would Joel bring? How can Joel,
Joel
bring
has
Esther
Esther's
back?
feather.
He's a Verdanthi.
Oh, shit.
Verdanthi can bring people back, and he's got Esther's relic.
Yeah.
I feel like
What do
it's
you-
the
what do you
most
think, Phil?
exciting to have everyone at the party. I feel like we gotta have everybody at the party, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I want to see
Yeah.
Joel.
Okay. We would need Joel to bring Esther back.
Joel. As in the Verdanthi Joel.
As in the Verdanthi Joel, who is Esther's ex-lover.
Oh, no.
I know.
No.
Yes.
Oh, Oh, I have to make it happen now. Oh, that's delicious. She stands up for a minute, keeping her tea in her hand the whole time. Oh, that's wonderful. Ah, all right, all right. I'll make it happen. I'll find him. He could be halfway across the sea on Ruvia, and I would find him.
Awesome. Excellent.
And if he's
Ye-
dead, I'll pay someone to bring him back to life. I don't know. I'll figure something out.
Great.
Lind looks
Great.
horrified at this.
Great. Is there anything else you need, Franny?
No, that's been quite enough. The art pieces, your promise. This is going to be wonderful. 1 week. 1 week. It all comes to a head.
Good luck. Okay.
Thank you for your
Let's get out
time.
of there.
So you all stand up and leave. Franny
my
shows you out. And as you're exiting, the workmen finally finish pulling apart the box, and the 4 panels of wood fall down with a slump in the wet grass ground to reveal an imposing-looking statue of Esther Paleheart, gazing out over Franny Beckett's manse. It's 15 feet high. They have on a oddly patched cloak, stitched together in different ways, and their head is slightly turned up with their chin pointed downward, staring at the grass. It's a rather imposing thing, kind of scary to walk underneath.
Who
Gosh.
made this?
We did.
No.
15-foot statue?
No. This is not the statue you delivered. This is something else. Somebody else made this.
Oh.
Oh.
What happened to the statue we delivered?
It's still in Franny's room. It's in the showroom.
We just have a new statue with a weird cloak on it.
This is one of Esther's pieces, or this is not one of Esther's pieces. This is a presentation piece that Franny made to advertise the gala.
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm so impressed. Esther would love
Esther
this.
would be
Freaking
so
delighted.
proud.
Oh no. Oh no.
So you all walk by that on your way out.
Incredible. Okay, I need to write this down.
Okay. So the next thing, what is the next thing that the group wants to do?
Yeah,
What do y'all
there's
wanna
this
do?
Ritual, right?
Yeah, so-
There's a
That's
ritual.
tomorrow.
We could skip
Yeah, we
ahead
need
to the
to
ritual
do that.
if there's no other prep anybody wants to do.
Are we referring to Felicity's ritual, or are we referring to?
No,
the
I'm
ritual
referring to
in
the-
mansion?
The ritual that Watson is performing, that you discovered the note in the Irmaz mansion. Yeah, that's what you were saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine with me. Is it? Do we need to come up with a game plan, guys?
Well, alternatively, we could spend this last half day we have before this ritual and give Felicity another body, if this is something that wants to happen now.
I'm down for that.
Right.
Actually, yeah. Do y'all want to do that?
I'm totally down for that. I feel like maybe you and Lilith should decide that.
All right, let's play. Okay, so we're like walking away. We're probably like headed back to the hands at this point.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We're like walking and we're dodging guards. We're on high alert. And I'm walking next to Lily and I'm like, "So, are you ready to be untethered?"
I'm ready to upgrade our companion.
What do you mean upgrade?
It's just the possibilities are endless, and there's so much we don't know and understand about this rite. It's like, why not try something different? I just wanted to see. I mean, Felicity could be anyone. Why not give your body and serve our cause? That's why the cat came to mind. A cat's body. Just think of all the places they could spy and what they could hear and see that we can't. It would be the ultimate sacrifice. Temporarily, of course.
Lily, if you wanted a cat companion, you can do a bond like Merith does.
Oh,
You don't need
well,
Felicity's soul to do this.
I mean, I wasn't looking for. That's actually a great idea.
And like Florence is just like reminded that you're a teenager at this point, and she's just like, okay. We
Okay, then yes. I just do you trust her, Felicity, I mean?
so far she seems trustworthy. So far, with the bounds of her entanglement with us, she's been very helpful. And I feel like as
Are you sure about that? Because she tackled me today.
yes, and were you antagonizing her?
No, I was offering her a
To
new
turn into a
life.
cat?
I thought it was worth a shot.
Everybody
I
give
didn't
me
expect
notice
her to
rolls.
react like that.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
That's valid. I like that we have notice rules now. Oh, super. I'm so focused.
Oh man.
Okay. You two are talking. Felicity, you're walking along behind Lily, and suddenly you feel as if there's like an extra bit of weight stuck to your leg. You look down, and you see that there is a piece of that gray sludge stuck to your pants, and it has a note inside of it. Florence and Lily haven't noticed this happening.
And I think I briefly startle. And then quickly yank it off my pants.
Okay. You unfold
Read
it,
it.
and it says, "If you want to free yourself from your master pawn, wait until the ritual, and then follow my lead. Stay tethered until then,
Oh my.
and you will have power of your own."
Oh, hell yeah. And Felicity, what is the note really? Like what?
It's
is
just a
it
piece of paper with writing on it.
Is it small?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a like a 8.5 by 11 piece of paper.
I think Felicity is actively freaking out and eats the paper.
All right, you stuff the paper in your mouth and swallow it. It tastes
I rolled-
awful.
I rolled the same. Did I notice any of this?
No, you didn't roll higher than my stealth roll, which is what you were versing. Unless, of course, you'd want to spend fate points to try to get up to the number that I won't tell you.
But I did notice what Felicity was doing.
Oh no, not at all. You're far too distracted talking to Lily. That this whole roll
Okay.
rolled into one thing.
Okay. Damn.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep talking to Lily. I'm like,
Okay, fine. Let's do the ritual tonight.
wait, hold on. I need you to understand the concept that we're going through here. And she's just like keeps talking, and she's just like, you are, and then she like whispers. She's like, and she's like, you hold the end of the lives for everyone in Chandla and the planet. You would need to respect the individual person. Have you considered what Felicity wants? What does Felicity want in a physical self that can't be the one that she originally had?
I look back at her.
She's like chewing.
I mean, she's in such a capable body as it is. It's honestly a shame. A younger body?
It's not for you to choose for her. It's for you to give her the opportunity to have this new choice. And something that we brought her
Okay.
back against her will. And now she's
Well,
tethered to us. To you.
She didn't have a choice in the matter. She may have agreed to it. We don't know. But I hear what you're saying, and that's fine. I'm fine with that. she just knows so much, and that scares me.
When you're trying to make new friends, you have to learn how to trust them. And the power of friendship is going to end this conversation.
The power of friendship.
I think the power of friendship will end our session too. Until next time, when we can figure out what
Aw,
happens with the
did-
ritual.
hey, y'all viewers, did you see that smooth transition? That was amazing.
Boom! They call me the Segway Master. All right.
And it's not because of his ability to stay balanced.
No,
Not
it's because of my ability to do a wheelie on segways. Uh,
Yeah.
So yeah, thanks everybody for coming by today, checking it out. Hope you all had a fun time. I don't know when we'll be back, but I'll make a post on the calendar on Twitch. The power of friendship. He has the strength to overcome life's hardships. And I will see you all next time. Do my players have anything they want to shout out? See if there's anybody I can raid at the moment.
I'll be on Twitch this week doing some art and also playing some games, so you can give us a follow if you like that. I think Wendy and I might be doing a game at some point soon, but who knows?
One day,
Someday.
someday, yes. If you want to see more power of friendship,
Hmm.
Eggroll might be doing that tonight.
Really?
Oh shit.
Are you playing more Final
Like-
Fantasy VIII?
No.
Oh.
I don't want to spoil it, but like literally power of friendship. Anyways, no.
You-
Final Fantasy Fridays are on Friday, and I'm playing Final Fantasy VIII.
Whoa, hold on. I'm sorry. So your first Final Fantasy Friday was on a Sunday?
Yeah.
That wasn't our first.
Okay, all right,
and
all right.
we like to have Final Fantasy Friday on any day of the week, but it's
Okay.
so
It was so confusing.
yeah, I'm wreaking havoc on the world, and you
Dare
better
you?
keep up.
I love it.
State of mind.
And the thing I really want to shout out everyone is if you have a long-term goal you want to achieve, first set achievable goals and make steady, consistent gains towards that goal.
Every time you give one of these pearls of wisdom, it feels like Night Vale, like something terrible is gonna happen. After.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Oh,
No, but it's true.
well, way to dampen the positive joy.
So good.
All right, well, thanks for hanging out, gang. We're going to raid into Althaven. I don't know them, but be nice. I'm sure you'll be nice. Enjoy yourselves. Thanks so much. I will see you all next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.